What's up, everyone? And today we wanted to talk about the Valve situation and possibly the going back into business, at least in the game business, or producing first-party games for once. But joining me is Mitchell for this conversation.
Sup, dog?
Sup, dog? So Valve is back in town, as it were, and that they are finally going to potentially make games that
do something.
Yeah, do something at least. They're going to do something. Are they going to make the stuff people want? I don't know, and that's why we're talking about it in this video.
Yes.
So, at the Artifact, during event where they were showcasing the Valve Artifact game, which is basically a Dota card game.
Dota 2, the card game, yeah.
Which, I mean, at this point, if you're in business, think about a card game, because it's almost always profitable at some point. Microtransactions are the next big thing, you know.
Yeah, and Valve love money.
Yeah, you got to get that money.
They love it.
But it was interesting because it kind of created a spin where they went, this is our stance or chance to get back into making games again. Not just the constant monetization or the DLC or the costumes or whatever of the games they currently support that just get them so much money. I mean, they have Steam, so obviously they're making shitloads of money anyway. But
yeah, and Steam is it's like the Wild West, where anyone's welcome and anything can happen these days, and they're trying to automate the shit out of it so they don't have to do much work there.
Yeah, so it's finally like, from all the investments we've been making in the VR and the Steam machines and all this other stuff they've been doing in the hardware spectrum, as they kind of like expanded their business, it's like, well, we've got that behind us now, we've got that knowledge, we can suddenly start investing or thinking about making more software games that can utilize some of this hardware. So
yeah,
one of the biggest avenues was, of course, the VR, and that was like, we've already seen that, like they've showcased Portal VR stuff before.
Yeah, they have.
So it's definitely, I'd say, a very likely avenue for them to pursue is to... I'm not expecting the big titles on that, like Portal 3. That's not going to be a VR game, I don't think. I do think they're going to experiment in VR a lot. I think that might...
Using their IPs probably as well.
I think that might be their first new frontier, because I really do think VR is the biggest new frontier to accomplish. Like, I don't think there has been one game yet that has convinced people, and I mean general people, that you need to get VR for this reason.
Yeah, you need this thing. There's nothing there that goes... I mean, there's good things, but definitely. There's nothing like, you have to play this game.
Yeah.
And Valve, I mean, in the past, have proven how good they are at making games.
Yeah.
So they could be potentially the ones who actually do that.
And I think it's also the inevitability of VR in general, and that I always feel like VR is going to be everywhere eventually. It's just going to happen. Who brings it mainstream? I don't know. I don't even think it'll be video games. It'll probably be something else. But in like social aspects. But the VR as a device, as an idea, is something that we've always considered way back in the 80s, 70s. The VR was everything, and now it's...
Yeah, it was like the dream thing.
And it's becoming real now, and it works. Like, there are so many games where when I'm playing them, I'm just like, I can't believe this is a game. Like, it's just mind-blowing. Just like playing like a game back when I was a kid. Like, that's how crazy VR can be. And I think because people are still experimenting with it and trying new things, we're just waiting for that big thing. And Valve could be the one to do it, because they've got a lot of bank and a lot of potential.
Yeah, and a lot of people revere them.
Yeah, and a lot of experience.
People revere gaming like a god.
Yeah, and a lot of experience. A lot of franchise people love too. But
very much so.
I don't think they'll bring them back into VR, because that would just be, I think, too dodgy, because I think a lot of people aren't willing to buy VR, so I doubt they're going to go, you know what, Half-Life 3 VR experience. I doubt it.
But you have to remember that Half-Life 2 released exclusively to Steam.
Yeah, true.
Yeah, like that's how that launched. They were like, okay, we're going to push Steam. This is what we're going to do, use it.
That's a good point. Yeah.
Like, I wouldn't put it out of their thing to go like, Half-Life 3 is VR only. Like, they could do that. And it wouldn't be a surprise.
It would be interesting. Like, I think no matter what, the biggest thing about Half-Life 3 is it has to be a game changer, because it's got so much background around it.
There's nothing that they can make that will meet people's hype and expectations for that game.
And they know that. So it's basically like they have to do something crazy with it. And I think VR could be that, honestly. It's like, do something you wouldn't have expected originally. Like, when you wanted Half-Life 3, this wasn't even existed. Now it's so later, like, what can we do? VR is...
Yeah, what can they do?
VR something. But regardless, they're definitely saying they're going to, do new single-player games, not multiplayer-focused games, and they're going to create new games. So, ignoring the VR section, what do we got from Valve that they, could potentially do? Like, a lot of threes is basically
many threes.
Yeah.
Counter-Strike, Team Fortress, in the world of Overwatch would be very interesting to see return. It's still available, but I mean, like a new one to compete.
Yeah, and it just... the potential angles Valve could take on them. Like, I tell you what, I'd be very disappointed if they go, here's a Portal card game, here's a Half-Life card game.
We got card games, look at your card games. You can play your card game in your card game.
And that's not the opinion I got. Like, Gabe Newell was talking about how, like, Nintendo has inspired him to, like, to Valve as a company to get back into single-player games and to make games again.
Good on you, Nintendo.
Valve has a couple of big hitters, but I would be almost more interested than those games, something brand new from Valve.
A new IP, yeah.
Something that is the next Valve game. When you think of Valve...
Yeah, the next Half-Life, the next Portal.
The next Left 4 Dead, you know? Something that's it's synonymous with gamers. Like, all three of those games, people remember very fondly.
Yeah, people love those games. Team Fortress as well.
Yeah, and still play...
Counter-Strike.
And still play those games repeatedly. I mean, Dota's huge.
Counter-Strike's still huge. Dota's huge. Valve know how to make games that people continually play. So it's like, do they make them fully single player like they used to? Do they go fully multiplayer because they've shown they're good at that? It's like, world's open for Valve to do something.
I also think of the commercial business model they could take, because obviously right now the hot thing is loot box microtransactions, but that's obviously got a lot of pressure on it, a lot of heat. So
yeah,
could they do something new? Something new that when they nail it and it's still profitable to them, but at the same time it isn't so in-your-face dodgy as like so many other people, EA stuff, obviously.
Yeah, Valve have always positioned themselves to be the good guy.
You know, good for the consumers, good for...
Yeah, they're pro-consumer, pro-this, even though still a company, still want to make money.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, you have to make money. That's just the bottom line. Like, you can't just make things that aren't supposed to be profitable. Like, you need to make money, so you have to work it out. But they have a lot of potential, I think, in general, for what they
very much so
could take these games in. And honestly, the platforms too. Like, Steam Machine was I don't know, a system idea. Like, it was a
good idea, but it didn't work in practice.
Yeah, it was a concept that was good, because ultimately it's like, we've got console gamers and we've got PC gamers. Never the two shall meet. Like, it's basically like this impossible odds where it's like, you're either a console gamer or a PC gamer, and if you play both, there's still one of your favorite. Like, that's just always the case. There's not many...
Yeah.
I know people I know who go like, oh, I like them both equally. It's like, there's always one you prefer.
Definitely. You always have a bias. No matter how you think about it, there is always some bias there.
Yeah, and they saw that market and they went, okay, why are people not playing on PC? And it's like, what's it? The updates, it's the BIOS upgrades, it's whatever shit you have to deal with.
It's the user,
usability.
How user-friendly it is, etc.
Yeah, it's all these extra headaches that people on the console just don't want to deal with. Because like, you buy a console game, you get it.
Put it in.
That's it. There's nothing else you have to do.
Might be buggy as shit, but it'll still work.
It could be buggy. It's the worst experience for the most part. You know, it doesn't look as good. It potentially can't run as good. But you don't have to deal with, have I got the right graphics card? Have I got the right Intel chip? Like, whatever crap you have to deal with.
Yeah, they're very different audiences, because most people who love PC gaming, like myself, know what they need to know about it. Yeah. Like, we look into it, we try to figure things out. That's like part of the fun. But not everyone wants to bother with that shit. Some people just want to sit down on the couch, play a game, and that's all they want to do. They don't want to have to deal with, I need this driver because this doesn't work without this, and
so it's
all kinds of things.
It's always that challenging aspect too, where it's like you advertise a PC game and you go, oh, you need this, graphics card or whatever, you need this processor, etc., etc. And console gamers go, what? I have to do what? I have to need this chip, I need this power source, I need blah 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 blah. It's just so many internal little things that just make it more challenging to deal with.
For consoles, just you need PS4.
Yeah.
Okay.
And so Steam Machines was I think a good idea in concept, but
it was a good idea in concept. Yeah.
It's still. Its heart was a PC. Like, it's just a PC that had this is the specs. It can run on this machine, kind of thing.
Yeah, and games are eventually going to get to specs that can't be. No matter what kind of Steam machine you got, they will become outdated, because people aren't making games specifically for that Steam machine. Like, they're making specific games for the PS4. But I mean, that has all changed as well because of the Pro and the Xbox One X. Like, that is changing as well. But
and that's the thing. The console market is kind of adapting too, where they're like, okay, people go to PC because it is the superior system. Like, you can just play better than the consoles can.
Yeah, better frame rates.
Exactly.
All that,
so the console developers are going to go, okay, we need to just make our things constantly more powerful to compete with it, and then that's kind of stealing that audience. So it is interesting, like, how they feed each other as like a idea.
Yeah.
But
it's like,
I was going Steam, Valve rather, sorry, has ideas. It is good to hear that they are going to pursue something that for a long time a lot of people would say it's never going to happen. It's not something Valve cares about anymore.
And then here they go proving that they do care and they want to start doing it again, because it's been a long time.
Yeah, and just that background knowledge where it's like, all that history they've had for these last couple of years. They know multiplayer inside and out. They know systems. They know UIs. They know hardware. Like, they have so much knowledge and experience in a vast variety of different systems. Like, I still think Steam, store is the best place. Like, I think Sony, Microsoft, all of them have been adapting ideas from Steam. Like, it's all Valve's intuition to, like, this is how you advertise a store that has heaps of content, incentivize people to buy games with constant deals, constant reasons to buy things that they might not have tried otherwise. I see that bleeding across to other consoles.
Like, you can see, for Steam itself, it changed PC gaming, like, forever. Because once that hit, nobody who plays PC doesn't have Steam.
Yeah.
Like, you got the few people who don't because they don't like DRM and whatever, but for the most part, Steam is the store for PC games.
Yeah, you see it. Like if it's any other one, EA Origin, Uplay, the store, whatever.
People get annoyed.
Yeah, Microsoft Store, whatever. Like, whatever it is, they go, it's not as good as Steam. It doesn't do it right. It's wrong for this reason. It's limited, blah, blah, blah. Like, it's just difficult to compete with them because they are good.
Yeah.
They're pioneer in that area, and I really...
Yeah, they understood PC gaming and what PC gamers wanted, and for the right price, because Steam also hit piracy pretty hard, but
yeah, and it
did a lot as well.
And that's the science thing I think from this announcement of making games is that I don't think it's just games. Like, I really do think there's something more here, and that they're going to the next step in Valve and like what they could do next. And from everything they've done, I'm very excited for what that could be, the potential of it.
Yeah, it's always exciting to see Valve try something. Because most of the time it ends up really good.
Yeah, exactly. But audience, let us know what you thought in the comments down below. If you think maybe Valve will bring Half-Life 3 back. Portal 3 happening. Like, are these things finally going to happen? And will they happen?
It's a dream real.
Will they happen the way you want? Or are they just going to be some piece of crap that no one wants to consume? It's just like, here's a portal slapped on something.
Half-Life the card game.
Exactly.
Half-Life the pinball machine. Half-Life the flamethrower.
Yeah, Half-Life the flamethrower. But thank you for watching our video, and hopefully you did enjoy it, and we hope to catch you next time. See ya. Oh shit.